Hello, hello, everybody. It's that time again. Happy Friday night to all of you who are tuned in and locked in with us. Listen, you could be anywhere else in the world, but you are here with us, and we appreciate you. If you are listening to the tunes in the background, the song that is playing is called Be Mine by Tamar Mitchell. So make sure to head over to Apple Music, Spotify, wherever you listen to music, and download and support this amazing artist. Welcome to Music Forward's Open Mic Fridays. I am your hostess with the mostest, Miss Lydia Caesar. I'm so excited to be back with some of the freshest new talent from all around the globe. That's what's so special about Open Mic Fridays. Like, we have people from all over that have been on this show. So we're so excited about tonight's lineup. Thank you so much for joining us right here on Twitch. So Twitch is an amazing platform. So please subscribe to the Twitch channel right here, our channel, so that you never miss out. We have so many amazing shows, a lot of great programming. So hit that subscribe button. And if you don't have an account, make an account real quick before the show is over so that you can subscribe to us on Twitch. Before we get started, let me use this time to tell you a little bit about Music Forward and Open Mic Fridays, right? One of our artists probably sent you a link like, look, show up and support me. I'm performing tonight, but you might not know where you are or why. What is Music Forward? Music Forward connects young people from our communities directly to the music industry via career and artist development programming designed to transform young lives, inspire careers, and champion a more inclusive industry. Listen, I'm an artist as well, so I know how tough the music industry can be, right? So this is the artist, this is the industry. There's a big gap there. Music Forward is that bridge that artists need. So I'm just excited to be a part of this whole initiative. What is Open Mic Fridays? Well, it's not your regular average open mic. It is a performance showcase where young artists share their talent, they gain exposure, and what makes us different is they get live feedback directly from industry experts with successful careers in music. Have you ever been trying to do something and somebody who has never done it is trying to tell you how to do it, and you're like, how do you know, right? This is not that. Each show that we have two very special industry experts that get to pour into these artists and give them direct feedback, people who've been there, done that. So that's what makes this show so exciting. All right, so back to the showcase and our amazing lineup. First, we're gonna need a little bit of help from you, our audience. So from tonight's lineup, we're going to be inviting back two special performers for our finals showcase in August. One will be the artist with the most fans in our audience. So that's where you come into play. So make sure that you participate in our poll that takes place at the end of each artist performance. We're going to tell you, hey, head over to Instagram, show love to your favorite in our poll, and the person who gets the most love will be invited back. Okay? Our Instagram page is at Music Forward. Head there now and lock us in, okay? So, not to mention, we have once again partnered with Sennheiser to provide professional equipment to our artists. So the two artists selected tonight, the one that you guys select, and then our experts are going to select their favorite as well. Those two artists will receive a MK4 true condenser microphone like the one that I am using tonight. It's really great. And the artists selected from our end of season showcases will also receive a pair of headphones. So we're giving away some goodies. Make sure that you show love to your favorite because they may be the one to win. Now, before we get started with these artists, let us meet our industry guests. Industry guests, please turn on your cameras. While they're coming in, I'm going to tell you all a little bit about them. First, we have Matt Downey, artist manager from 720. Born in Australia but raised in California, Matt Downey is a manager and A&R working across pop, rhythmic, and electronic. His roster includes Grammy winners, gold and platinum selling writers and producers, and an artist in this year's Billboard 21 Under 21 list. Collectively, his clients have credits with Diplo, Sam Tompkins, Lady Gaga, Jason Derulo, Erin Allen Kane, Olivia O'Brien, Jessie J, Usher, J-Lo, Pitbull, Lil Jon, Tyga, Ludacris, Billy Ray Cyrus, Snoop Dogg, and more. As if there needed to be any more. That list is so impressive. Matt, welcome.
Lydia, thanks for having me.
We are so excited to have somebody of your stature. Just that list of artists, I'm sure, has our artists super inspired to be able to hear from you and get feedback from you. So before we get started, I want to ask you a question. How do you build a great artist-manager relationship? What are some of your tips on that?
Like the relationship between an artist and a manager?
Yes.
The very first principle of a great relationship between an artist and a manager is understanding that the artist needs to be the one behind the wheel. You know, the manager can't want it more than the artist. The artist has to be knowing where they want to go and looking to the manager for advice on how to get them there or how to correct that course. But ultimately, the creative and what they have to say comes from the artist end. I think when you take that as an opening proposition and have very honest communication, there's no sugarcoat stuff, speak transparently, that is the foundation of a very productive artist-manager relationship and probably the basis of all healthy relationships in general.
Right. Oh, I love that. And, I love that you said the artist has to want it more because, listen, a lot of these artists today are spoiled and they're looking for a savior when at the end of the day, like you said, you have to be working just as hard, if not harder, than the people who you have around you. So.
Absolutely.
Yeah, love that. Thank you so much, Matt. Excited to talk with you throughout the rest of the show. So let's get into our next guest, Phil Kosh, talent buyer for Live Nation. Phil Kosh is a senior talent buyer for Live Nation Entertainment and is based in Houston, Texas. Phil oversees one of the country's largest markets for live music events while helping to develop external and internal talent. Phil helps manage a team that runs and produces over 200 large-scale events a year. He is renowned for maintaining 20 years of relationships, growing new businesses from the ground up, and exceeding multi-million-dollar budgets in live shows for the past 10 years. The big bucks. Phil is also a guitarist and has toured the world in multiple rock bands throughout his life. He bridges his passion for music into his profession as a promoter. Phil, I love that you are a musician first. I think that that's just a great asset to have when you work on the back end, because you just have that level of understanding that sometimes people don't have. So I think that's awesome.
Much like everyone that's playing today, I had to find a way to make money when you start off, and I started booking shows in churches and BFWs, and I could do that from a van anywhere and meet people on the road. So there you go. Absolutely.
I always tell artists, like, we can tour forever. You can make money singing around town forever. So really hone that skill of performing live. So how does an artist best interact with someone in your position? They're trying to get heard, trying to get, discovered. What's the best way for them to go about, networking with somebody like you?
I mean, honestly, going to shows, going to concerts. I mean, I might not be in every city, so find that promoter in your city that does the most shows in the city. Yes. Build a relationship, or email, TikTok, Instagram. I'm pretty much everywhere, and I've booked artists through Facebook, through Instagram, help connect with people, managers and record labels, to other artists in Texas and Chicago through social networking. So like everybody else. So
love it.
Out. Don't be scared.
Reach out, don't be scared, and be ready. When you reach out, don't have 2 posts and nothing to do with music, have something for them to look at.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Love it. All right. Well, Phil and Matt, we're honored to have both of you with us tonight. I know our industry, our artists are so excited to have industry guests like you guys. So we will be seeing you all throughout the night, having great conversation. So thank you so much. And you two may both now turn off your cameras. All right, you guys, let's get this show started. You see what we're working with? We have some fire industry guests. They're going to give such amazing feedback. I can already feel it. I just want to remind you that the chat on Twitch is open tonight. So do us a favor and show some love to these artists. Listen, being an artist can be a really, really tough, long road, right? There's some times where you're like, why did I choose this? Why did it choose me? I want to quit. You never know how far your words of encouragement can go for these artists. So shower them with love during their performances. Let them know that they are made for this, all right? Now, coming to the virtual stage, we have our first virtual performer. Ainsley Costello, come on in. While Ainsley's coming in, I'm going to share a little bit about her with you. In a world dominated by overnight internet sensations and one-hit wonders, emerging star Ainsley Costello has her eyes set on creating a legacy that stands the test of time. Delicately delivered yet powerfully profound, Costello's heartfelt and personal approach to lyricism translates into a seraphic, easily digestible, and heartwarming listening experience. I might have not even read that word right, but this bio is poetry. Throughout quarantine, Ainsley uses her time to write new material and connect with dozens of Nashville's Row writers to hone and perfect her craft. Creating a body of work that speaks volumes to her young age, Ainsley already has a catalog of over 150 unreleased songs. You better work. In 2001, Ainsley released a song each month, the equivalent of her second studio album, and now has 20 studio recorded and released songs. Ainsley, welcome.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, ma'am. Your bio is a testimony of your hard work. Tell the audience about the song you're going to be performing for them tonight.
Yeah, this song is called Two Ships, and it actually just came out today. So I'm really, really excited that I get to celebrate the release with all of you.
Nice.
Song with two of my favorite humans/writers, Jake Arthur and Katie Fellman, about a year ago. And so this song's been on my psyche for a while. So I'm excited that it's finally out in the world.
Love it. I got to hear it yesterday, and you are incredible. Can't wait for the audience to hear you. And without further ado, Ainsley Costello, take it away.
Thank you. I'm actually going to take off my headphones and I'll put them right back on.
Can't fight inevitability, even though it's killing me. Can't explain why some things just can't say we didn't try to reach the other side. Started as lovers, but ending it as friends. And we can't go back again, because we're just two ships together in the night. Two ships sinking at the same time. If you go down, I'm coming too. We promised that we'd see this whole thing through. Two ships knowing that the storm won't pass. Two ships sinking and they're sinking fast. Lost it all along the way. Not sure why we stay when we've got nothing left to hold on to. I'll be here till the end with you, because we're just two ships together in the night. Two ships sinking at the same time. If you go down, I'm coming too. We promised that we'd see this whole thing through. Two ships knowing that the storm won't pass. Two ships sinking and they're sinking fast. Well, there's nothing good about goodbye.
ships sinking and they're sinking.
Woo! Ainsley, that was phenomenal.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes, yes, just great. Just like I remember that I love the songwriting and your voice. I think that you have so much promise. Let's get our industry guests in here and hear what they have to say. You guys may now turn on your cameras. And Matt, we will start with you. Give some feedback to Ainsley.
Sure. I loved like how much you love performing that song. You just seem like so happy doing that. And that actually goes a long way in selling the song. I love that you put it out the same day that you're doing this. That's the kind of, marketing scheming that I really appreciate and would do the same thing for my own artists. So nothing but respect for that. I love this song. Like, we all know that cliche, like two ships passing in the night. Then you had the twist that they're sinking fast together. And it's like, oh, damn. Like, this is the kind of song I listen to in my spare time. So I'm super stoked on it. What's the story of this song? Like, what inspired it? Where did it come from?
So it's really ironic because I just turned 18 a couple of months ago. Me, Jake, and Katie, we wrote this song like a week or so after my 17th birthday, but I've actually never been in a relationship, let alone had my heart broken. And so in 2021, I challenged myself to write 100 songs in a year. And yes, I was able to do it. Wrote my 100th song on December 31st, so just barely made it. But this was one of those songs that I really wanted to challenge myself to write outside of my own worldview, because I've never been in a relationship, let alone broken up with someone.
Wow.
You
I
will.
love that. Nailed it.
Thank you.
Right? Okay, Phil, can you give some feedback to Ainsley?
Listen, I think that was, it's really random that he said it. I thought it was a great marketing idea. It was genius. It was fantastic, smart. Listen, I felt like it looked like you were really passionate about the song. It almost made me feel like it was something from your past and experiences. So it kind of, changed. I mean, I don't have a ton to say about the song writing style. I think I wanted a little more of the end and the beginning, but I think the song built up. And no, I mean, your voice is great, really well written. I think it's relatable. Yeah. And that's an important part to music. And listen, I could hear that song on the radio any day of the week, and well done. Nice work.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, I could hear it like in movies and commercials, really great sync potential as well for that song. So, I mean, I don't think that you're going to slack on the marketing, but don't slack on the marketing. All right.
I'll do my best. Thank you so much, Lydia.
Yeah. So if you're in the audience and you came to see Ainsley, it is your turn to do your part. Head over to @musicforward on Instagram. Show her so much love in our poll. Ainsley, it's your turn to now pick the brains of our industry guests. Ask them your question.
I would love to. So I want to say thank you guys so much for spending your time with us. On behalf of all the artists, we really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. You guys are rad. My question is, so as a touring artist, I tour pretty frequently and pretty regularly. I would love to know any tips that you have for promoting in cities that you've never been to. Like I said, I tour pretty frequently, and this is one thing where I kind of feel like I'm throwing spaghetti at the wall and seeing if something sticks. Would you recommend Instagram advertising, Facebook advertising, something a little bit different? I don't know. I would just love to hear your advice.
Sure. Phil, do you mind if I go first?
By all means, yeah.
If you're doing headline shows where you're selling tickets based on your own show, then digital advertising is really powerful. But if you're not doing those kind of 100 plus cap, don't waste your money on digital ads. I don't think so. Spend your time finding internet groups. Reddit is a great source of that, even Discord. Find the communities online that are in the areas you're going to, and just start talking to people who have common interests. Approach it like you're making friends, which is really the basis of how you should try and make fans anyway.
Yeah.
That's my advice on how you should prepare for a show in a city you've never been.
Great, thank you.
Yeah, in my experience, that's probably some of the best advice. And I also, when I was on tour and I'd be opening up for someone, I would pull up to the station that would play our song potentially if you are a radio artist. And I would walk right up there with my CD and ask to meet the program director. I'd do the research who it is, and I'd ask to meet, blah, 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 whoever this person is, and literally hand them, not so much a CD anymore, maybe it's digital, and just meet him in person. For me, it was always a slow build to build an audience. And I would go on the internet, meet people, go to stores, go to different places and meet community. I'd also, depending on what you're doing in the venue, is rely on the promoter. You know, I'm a promoter myself. You know, our job is to promote shows.
Yes.
You know, let us spend some money. Let us, you know, use our marketing tools to reach new audiences and get your music into the right people's hands. And don't be afraid to reach out to the promoters, because that's my favorite part with it when an artist does.
Yeah. Love
Awesome.
that.
Thank
Such
you. I
great
really
advice.
appreciate it.
Yeah. All right. So, Ainsley, thank you so much for that amazing performance. We appreciate you being in the Music Forward family. And thank you, industry experts, as well. All three of you may now turn off your cameras. All right. Moving right along. We are calling our next artist to the virtual stage, Jack Faze. Come on in, Jack. Jack's bio is short and sweet. Jack Faze is an R&B artist straight out of Houston, Texas. Oh, we got H-Town in the building times 2 today. Welcome, Jack.
Hi, how you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing great. So excited to have you. I can't wait for the audience to hear that silky voice that you have. Tell them what they can expect from your performance tonight.
Well, let me reintroduce myself. My name is Jack Faze. I'm here representing Waterlife Collective, and tonight I will be performing an acoustic version of my song "Let's Chill" out now on all platforms. And
Nice. Super excited to hear you sing once again. I know the audience is in for a treat. So without further ado, Jack Faze, take it away.
yeah. Yeah, we ain't gotta go nowhere. We can stay inside, maybe catch a little vibe, right? You feel it coming here. I can show you all the things you've been missing, yeah. Cause you're the main one I wanna show affection. Ain't no pretending when I'm with you. Cause when you put your love on me, I go crazy. From you is something that feels amazing. Any time of the week, baby, we can cruise down the highway. Roll another one past, baby. Let me chill with you, babe. Any time of the week, baby, we can cruise down the highway. Roll another one past, baby. Let me chill with you, baby. Let me chill with you, baby. No, I wanna chill with you, baby. No. Thank you.
Jack, way to keep it going. I must say, like, your music stopped and you didn't even miss a beat. You just kept singing. That's hard to do. So congratulations on a great recovery. And of course, when you have raw talent, you know, you can sing with no music. No music. Right? Ain't right. All right, let's get our industry guests in. You guys may now turn on your cameras. Matt, give Jack some feedback.
Jack, you can obviously sing your ass off. I think your melodies are crazy. And I listened to a bunch of your earlier stuff earlier in the day. Have you ever done any co-writing?
Not necessarily. I'm just now starting to get into it, of course, with my new material, but like my old stuff now, it's all just me.
Have you, so you haven't done co-writing for other people yet as well?
No.
All right. You should prioritize that because I think you have a lot to offer in a session. Melodies, making great melodies is the hardest part, I think, or at least the most crucial part of writing a song for someone else. And it seems that comes to you super naturally. And I think there's room for you to develop as a lyricist, which is like totally fine. You should be getting constantly better at your craft. And the more you do co-writes, the more you're going to learn from someone else and just improve your game overall.
Yeah. Yeah. And you know what? Just to piggyback off that, like just look up any song that you love and look at the credits. There's like 5 names at least on all of these songs. And that's because of the power of co-writing, right? Most of these big records are being created by camps and teams of writers. So I can definitely co-sign what Matt is saying. Co-writing is like the name of the game. So yeah. Phil?
Yeah, I mean, you got a beautiful voice. I'm really impressed. And you know, I think Ainsley said it before. She did like 100 songs in a year. You know, I had this rule of writing like 1 song a day at one point in my life, and I think just keep writing. And you know what you're doing, man. Get creative. You know, and in your world, it's a lot of social media too. You know, make sure that's all top notch. But you know, keep going, man. It was awesome. I really appreciate you taking the time to do this.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. All right. So, Jack, what is your question for our industry guests?
So speaking of songs, I do have a question. What makes a hit song in you guys' opinion?
So, in my opinion, a hit song, there's 2 answers to that depending where you are in your career. Once you're broken and established, like Jason Derulo, what he needs for a hit song is very different for what a brand new artist needs for a hit song. When you're a brand new artist that have a hit song that breaks you, it has to be a balance of fresh and familiar. It has to feel comfortable so that people will understand where to place it and it makes sense to them, but it has to say something new that they've never heard before. You know, Drake's a master in taking a common emotional feeling we've already had and put it in terms that instantly make sense, right? Like Marvin's Room is a song about drunk darling, your ex. And we all know what that song is about without him saying it. So it's a common emotion in a way we've never heard before. I think that is the basis of a hit song that will break you.
Oh, that was great. All right, Phil.
I just want to write that down and remember that forever. Well done, Matt. You just answered the whole thing. I mean, my thing is that it's relatable, you know, and trying to find who you are in your voice. You know, I learned a lesson a long time ago to, you know, when you hear that first note of, you know, a 9 Inch Nails song or a Johnny Cash song or something, you know, even Drake, you know, it's like you know, that's Drake. You know, it takes a long time to craft and to break. You need to find something relatable and develop your own sound, you know, and it's not going to be overnight, you know.
Right.
Sure.
That's a fact. And you know what else I like to say? A hit song is a hit song. Like a lot of times people don't even know that the song that becomes their hit is the hit. They may have been betting on a whole different song. So don't get really hung up on like, I got to make a hit. I got to make a hit. Just make great songs. The hits are going to find the people. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
that's my 2 cents. All right. So if you're in the audience and you came to see Jack Faze, it is your turn to do your part. Head over to @MusicForward. Show him so much love in our artist poll so that he is the one that comes back in August. Thank you, all 3 of you, Jack, for your time, and for our industry experts. We appreciate you guys so much. You, all 3 of you, may now turn off your cameras.
Thank you.
Yes, sir. All right, moving right along. The show is going so well. These artists are super, super dope. Coming to the virtual stage, we have Emma Butterworth. She got them buttery vocals too, so her name just makes perfect sense. Come on in, Emma. Emma Butterworth grew up in the lap of rock and roll. At home, 3 generations of Butterworth living rooms have overflowed with music, from singing to strumming to turntable spinning out albums from Tom Petty, Bonnie Raitt, Fleetwood Mac, and John Denver. On the road, Butterworth has spent her 20 years dancing and singing. Her family roots provided Butterworth's liftoff into a natural progression of folk sounds. The young singer-songwriter developed a powerful voice and a seeking spirit, making sense of a bittersweet world with a notebook, and her songwriting. Emma, your bio. These bios are so good. Welcome. So excited to have you.
I'm excited to be here.
Yes, I love that your last name is Butterworth. It's perfect. I was like, when after I heard you yesterday, I was like, that is literally divine. So tell us about what you're going to be performing tonight.
Yeah, so I'm going to be playing a song called Wildlife that I wrote and performing. I recorded it. It's on my EP by the same name, Wildlife. I wrote it a few years ago when I actually took a fly fishing trip to Alaska, where we were just on the river for like 10 days. And it was quite honestly a very shaping experience. And I just kind of grew up camping and being outdoorsy in general. And so I wrote a song about it.
Fire. Love songs that come from just natural life experiences. They're always the best. All right, you guys, without further ado, Emma Butterworth, take it away.
Heavy eyes scrape the sky. Worn hands matching mine. Drunken tongues and whiskey words never heard by the world. What would you do with your wild life? Why are you still waiting on a sign? Fireweed across the ground. River runs, the only sound. Mountains rise and touch the sun. In our hearts, dreams wild run. And they dream of a place. Motto stands, leave not a trace. Patterns and firesides are what it means to be alive. What would you do with your wild life? Why are you still waiting on a sign? From the stars or trees, oh, up above. Go out and find just what you love. What would you do with your wild life? Why are you still waiting on a sign? What would you do with your wild life? Your wild life. Your wild. Wait for it. Wait for it. Life.
Emma, I can't stress enough how much I love that song. I told you yesterday, like I was singing it. By the time it was over, I knew it. And I think like that's to me, that's like a hit song, you know, when it makes such an impression that you hear it one time and you feel like you can sing along. So congratulations on that. Let's get our industry guests in. You two may both turn on your cameras. Matt, give Emma some feedback.
Hey, Emma. Um, I like this song a lot. It's like super visual, and I love that you told us that it was inspired by a trip to Alaska before you went into the song. That put the pieces together really nicely. It kind of felt like I was in a whiskey commercial, which it's a compliment. That is definitely a really good thing. My only note on that song is that there's not a moment where it catches you off guard. Once you've got halfway through that song, it kind of follows the pattern that you think it's going to. Like I was waiting for you to go up and take us on this wild bridge, like Ride and Lana Del Rey. And it never quite happens, but it's still like an absolutely wonderful song. So this is from an entire EP also called Wildlife, right?
Yes.
Tell me about the writing process of the EP. Was it just you, some friends, some producers?
Yeah, so I am also an audio engineer. So everything was written, played, and recorded by either me or my father, who's also a musician. And that was really it. I mean, this was a collection of songs that I wrote from pretty much middle school until halfway through high school, and then I finished up recording it. And so I'm currently working on a new record that's been songs that I've written since then. So that was really that whole process.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. Phil?
Yeah, I mean, I love the truth behind everything and like all these stories, and like I want to meet you in person. I want to see you, so the way I see, I'm not like an unbelievable songwriter, so I always just try to push people into saying like, you are a person that should tour. For me, I want to see you in a little place, even if I'm in a small town, I want to hear you with an acoustic guitar. There's a couple friends that just tour backyards. I'm not suggesting you have to do this, but they do little backyard tours, and definitely could gross a lot of money playing backyards, and you're meeting people and building a strong fan base. You are, I think you are going to gain a lot of fans by meeting people and just seeing you live and just hearing your stories, because it's very believable and truthful, and I'm excited, to meet you. There's something special about you. So nice work.
Yeah, I love that, Phil. Well, a word stood out, believable. That's so important to me. And I feel like it's kind of lost a lot today. But I agree. I just believe you. It doesn't seem fake or fabricated or like, gimmicky. It just seems so raw and authentic. So congrats on that. So do you have a question for our industry guests?
I do. So I was wondering what your advice would be on finding a label that matches an artist's sound, and then how to get their attention.
Finding a label that matches your sound, there's not a good obvious answer for that. I think there's a lot of small labels that might do quite a diverse list of artists that it would look like you're not going to make sense in that roster, but that's why I would be a good fit, because I don't have anything like you. So I would deprioritize looking for the perfect label. In terms of getting their attention, you're already doing what you need to be doing. Just keep doing it and be the most consistent person on the planet with your music, your marketing, and your touring, and they'll knock on the door sooner than later.
Yeah, that consistency, boy, that's what breaks down the doors for sure. Phil?
Yeah, don't stop. Just keep playing shows. The first way my band got discovered was, interesting enough, social media, reaching out to an artist named Andrew McMahon, who was in a band, Jack's Mannequin. And, we found a friend, contacted a friend. The friend gave him his music, and next thing I know, the guys were producing a record. So it's constantly trying to be authentic, and also like reaching out to the artists that you are influenced by or would like to tour with, and try to connect. Or people like Matt here, and probably has a lot of industry friends, and maybe hears a song and can pass it along to some people. So I don't think you need a label until the time is right, but I do think there are artists that would take someone like you out on tour in a heartbeat.
I agree. This thing right here, man, it's a gift and the curse, because it's annoying sometimes, but it's such a tool. Really use it. I love that Phil said reach out to the artists that you want to see yourself on the road with. Follow them, and have your page looking and sounding great so that when they click on it, they see their next opener. So, yeah, thank you guys so much for that amazing feedback and Emma for that performance. If you guys came to see Emma, do your part now. Head over to at Music Forward on Instagram. Show so much love in our poll for Emma, and she may be the one that comes back in August. Thank you, Emma.
Thank you.
All right, all three of you may now turn off your cameras. All right, you guys, we're moving right along. We have two more phenomenal performances for you guys. Coming up to the virtual stage. I want y'all to start clapping wherever you are. Start clapping. Yeah, I can't hear you, but I can feel that energy. Munchie, come on in. Let me tell you guys about Munchie. Munchie was born and raised in New Orleans and is signed to What a Life Music Collective. You can find her latest release, Munchie WYKBP, on all platforms, along with her other released music. She has done a couple of shows around the states, including opening for OT Genesis, AO and TO, OG Bobby Billions, and more. Munchie, welcome.
Hello, hello, hello. My name is Munchie. I am signed with What a Life Music Collective.
Nice.
The song I'm gonna perform for y'all tonight is basically something relating to mental health. So let me get it started for
Munchie,
y'all.
she came ready. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Munchie.
I try to control it. Why do I feel this way? Feel it again. Feel it again. The devil trying to get a hold of me. I pray to God and I ask that he don't take control of me. I see demons in my head while I'm asleep. I pray to God and I ask that he come take them out of me. The devil trying to get a hold of me. I pray to God and I ask that he don't take control of me. I see demons in my head while I'm asleep. I pray to God and I ask that he come take them out of me. What you know about fighting anxiety? I hear these voices inside of my head. Pray that he come take it out of me. I know some people who wish they were dead. Fighting these demons. Need you to know that you're not alone. Trust me, I know the feeling when you feeling all alone. Trapped in the box, but not physically in it. I want it all, it's a must, I go get it. What a life is the life that I'm living. Tunnel vision, only stuck on a mission. Standing tall, gotta stand on my pivot. Oh, can't let them stop me. Let them block me. Can't let them stop me. What's your name? Look. The devil trying to get a hold of me. I pray to God and I ask that he don't take control of me. I see demons in my head while I'm asleep. I pray to God and I ask that he come take them out of me. The devil trying to get a hold of me. I pray to God and I ask that he don't take control of me. I see demons in my head while I'm asleep. I pray to God and I ask that he come take them out of me. What you know about fighting anxiety? I hear these voices inside of my head. I know some people who wish they were dead. You're not alone. Oh, you're not alone. Oh. All right. Thank you. Thank you.
You killed that. You wasn't playing. I just love your like you ready. You got the shades and the outfit and like I love it. I think it's a great song actually. Like the hook really stands out and I think it's something that a lot of people can relate to today cuz mental health awareness is really on the rise. So I think your timing is great with it. Let's get our industry guests in. Industry guests, you may now turn on your cameras. All right, Matt, give Munchie some feedback.
Yo, Munchie, like, I get it. That was like dope. I see it. Like, I feel like it's a matter of time before you have one record that just pops on TikTok and it just like smashes. It just seems really obvious to me, and all that, if you're confused, is like a compliment of the highest order. So my question is, what's the plan? What's up next? What have you got going on?
Well, the plan is basically to make it to the top. I really want to be heard. That's all about being heard and letting people feel what I feel. Basically, that song was letting people know you're not alone. If you need help or if you're going through things, don't be scared to go to someone or talk with someone. So basically, I just want to give off a speech through my music.
Having something to say is really important. That's really great to hear.
Yeah, I agree. Phil?
Listen, I think you got a hook, like it's there. And like you said, like if that hook hits TikTok, it's popping. Like there, and if it's not that one, it's one or another, or social media will just grab onto it. It's good. Stick with your friends, write songs, do live shows, keep the collective going. But man, like it was powerful, and it's speaking to people right now. There's a lot of, problems in this world, and you're giving off energy in a positive way, and I could feel it from through the computer and the camera. And that song, it was catchy. I'm still singing it, man.
Yeah,
Like,
I feel
it
the
is
same
like
way.
it is tight. And you live in New Orleans, you said?
Yes, sir.
Okay, cool, good to know.
Yeah.
I'm a short 5-hour drive. Just curious. Always nice to have some people close when I need some people to play some shows.
Yeah,
I'm here and ready.
I see.
All right.
Listen, Munchie ain't playing. I didn't even get to
No.
introduce her. She said, "Look, what's up? It's time."
She just stepped up and just tore it apart. It was awesome.
Fire, fire, fire. I love it. Great job, Munchie. So do you have any questions for our experts?
Well, a question I have is, what are the obstacles I should take far as walking into the industry?
I think the biggest obstacle you will face personally is you'll have people around you that will gas you up and convince you don't need to work, that you don't need to go out of your way to put effort in, that you should just be a whimsical artist 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, which would be terrible to have enablers like that. As you get more and more attention, you need to think about what other areas you can attack and work harder than you've ever worked on anything in your life, diversifying.
Love it. Love that. Phil?
Yeah, I mean, like in my world, it's trying to gain an audience. There's a lot of people, that are in your space, and trying to stand out, but if you practice your craft and keep writing, keep doing it, and, like Matt said, work harder than other people and smarter.
Yeah.
You have all the right gifts,
Yeah.
but don't stop. I want to see something. I'm looking at some of the social media now. It's just like, get more out there. I know it sounds crazy, but just keep doing it. So
that is truly the key. Jay-Z said it in an interview. He said the only genius thing we ever did was not give up. So that's just a testimony that how perseverance will open those doors. All right. If you guys are here and you came to see Munchie, it is your turn to do your part. Head over to @musicforward on Instagram. Show so much love to Munchie in our poll. You never know, Munchie may come back in August. Thank you so much for that performance, that heartfelt performance. I loved it. Everyone else did as well. And thank you, industry experts. All of you may turn off your cameras.
All right, everybody.
All right, you guys. We are down to our last artist of the evening. Welcome to the virtual stage, Twan. Twan, come on in. Let me tell you about Twan. Twan is a singer-songwriter who is currently based in the Bay Area. He is known for his catchy and beautiful melodies. Twan sings about the lessons he learned and the relationships he's been in, the complexity yet simple of feelings. Twan writes, sings, and produces all of his music. Twan's sound contains breezes of pop, indie, and a little bit of bossa nova. He finds inspiration from every aspect of life, especially simple things that humans want and need. All right, Twan, welcome.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah, so excited.
Can I just say that, like, I I am very appreciate you guys, and I am excited to be here.
Oh, we're excited to have you. You blew it down at Soundcheck yesterday. I'm just excited that I get it like a sneak peek of you guys before the audience because you guys are all so phenomenal. Tell the audience about the song and what they can expect from your performance.
So I'll be playing one of my originals, which is already out on music platforms. Summertime is about being young and alive and being free and finally have that bravery to tell that person that you're into them.
Yes, so
Being
relatable. I love that. I love it. All right, well, without further ado, Twan, take it away.
Come here, baby. I long for you, my lovely. Summertime, lemonades under you, no shades. Lay there all day, I am getting kind of faded. Good conversations, what we have been. Sunglasses on, with what I'm thinking. And I know it doesn't rhyme when I say you only mine. But you make me feel so young, so I call you summertime. Summertime. So it seems like your guess as good as mine. It's always been me, like you cannot hide no more. Feel you on my skin, close enough to keep you guessing. And it's true, there's nothing new under the sun. It's always been you. Don't want to pretend, don't want to lie. Now you're all over me, lemon juice, ice cubes. Baby, you're my summertime. Ooh. For the gang everywhere, manicure and then pedicure. The Vietnamese lady says you are so pretty like my door. Hey, what she's into on down, what he's into on down. Trying to let you know wherever you go, I go. Hey, spending all this money, it's not letting getting a trophy for winning. You. Boys want things they don't have, they're trying to get them ASAP. So it seems like your guess as good as mine. It's always been me, like you cannot hide no more. Feel you on my skin, close enough to keep you guessing. And it's true, there's nothing new under the sun. It's always been you. Don't want to pretend, don't want to lie. Now you're all over me, lemon juice, ice cubes. Baby, you're my summertime. Ooh, hey. Wrap your arms around my shoulders as I pull your body closer. Let mayonnaise and July's golden hours. Baby, you're my summertime. Ooh, hey, hey, hey. Baby, you're my summertime.
Thank you.
The most fun and adorable song. Like
So much.
it matches the sentiment. I can just feel I feel the breeze and the sunshine when you sing that song. Great job of painting a really great visual for us. I appreciate that. All right, industry experts, come on in. Matt, give Twan some feedback.
Hey, Twan, after feels like 3 years of sad girl music running Spotify, it was really refreshing to hear something that just feels genuinely happy.
Yeah.
The performance was great. you're animated, you're quirky, you kind of catch me off guard, like think you're a good looking kid. I'm just curious, what does this song look like live? What's your touring setup?
I don't have a band, but I do have my homies like a keyboardist and a bassist and guitarist and sometimes a drummer. We don't use click track, but we just like jam like through with the chords live, or because I just did like this song performance like 3 days ago, and I just did it acoustically, just me and a bass. Yeah. Nice.
It's appropriate, I think. Phil?
I was wondering, where'd you learn how to play?
YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube University. Wow.
University.
I mean, listen, I was wondering if you know other instruments. I was kind of wondering where your goals are as far as, listen, that song is the happiest song I heard in a while, and that was a great reply, Matt. I'm pretty pumped to hear some happy music, and you got some talent, man. And I was curious, like, are you trying to go for more of the touring vibe and like, seeing people seeing you, realizing how talented you are? Are you trying to, hey, I want to get, signed, get a radio song, etc. Like, not that that's the end all be all, or put some songs on TikTok, but, I'm just curious where you want to be and what you want to do in the next 5 years.
One thing, I just graduated, so yes, I want to make music a full-time job. I want to build a very big audience for myself. I want to keep writing, and I want to tour. I want to I definitely want to get signed and be big, other than just playing at bars and coffee shops.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you're on the right track. I say keep writing. That song's good. For me, as like a casual listener, it's a little all over the place, but I think that's supposed to be the point. Not all over the place. It added a lot of surprises. And I think in the next couple of years, you're going to find, the massive hit, because, man, you got a lot of talent in you. And if you really just learn from YouTube, I need to watch more YouTube videos.
I know.
It takes a lot of time and practice, but I just love music. I just love playing so much that I didn't think that I was practicing. I just thought I was just like singing with my guitar.
keep that energy alive.
Love what you do.
You keep that energy alive. It translates in your songs, man. I love it.
It does. Very genuine. So Tuan, pick our industry experts' brains. Ask them your question.
I do want to ask one question. How do I better at communicate with my fandom, or how to grow my fandom, find audience?
So the question was, how do you better communicate with your fan base, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
How do you communicate with your friends, like your good friends? You talk to them regularly. It's never a one-sided conversation, and you ask how they're doing. You take an interest in your lives. That's how you communicate with your fans. That's the esoteric answer. The actionable answer is you need some way to be able to communicate with them regularly, like a mailing list service. There's a new company called Laylo. It lets people sign up for notifications via text, email, or Instagram DM, and you post drops and schedule when messages should go out. It's really easy to use. I use it for all my artists.
Can you say that again and spell it?
Sure. So it's spelled LAYLO.com. It's
lay low. Okay, cool.
Yes, it's a mailing list management website. It's super easy to use, super quick, and allows you to communicate with your fans really quickly. I know this sounds like a sales pitch for it, but it's because it had all the solutions I was looking for, and we use it across our entire roster.
Nice. I mean, yeah, because there's MailChimp, but I mean, it does. This one sounds like MailChimp times 10.
Yes, that's exactly what the idea is. Yeah.
Nice. Good to know. Phil?
Listen, man, you are a personable guy. You can tell. I want to meet you, hang out with you, just meet everybody at your shows. Say hi to everybody.
Yeah.
Just when people come up to you, don't be shy, and they're your friend. Look at them in the eyes. Just your personality is going to shine. So You got a lot
Yes,
of
I
energy
would
there.
love to have you guys at my shows.
Hey, you guys just got a personal invite to Twan's next show.
Free.
Yeah. I mean, I love that what Matt specifically said, talk, what do you do to your friends? You talk to them, right? I think that's something that a lot of artists don't utilize is like you have talent, right? You're amazing. You can sing and play. That's obvious. But now the next step, really creating a super fan, is getting the people to like you, not just your music, but even just getting on your social media and talking to them, asking them which song they like better, telling them about your day, telling a funny story, making posts consistently like that. Post that, then post your music, then post a question and repeat, repeat, repeat. That is definitely, as something that I got to admit, I've mastered being able to make a fan like me personally. That's like the secret to getting a diehard fan, because becomes more than just the music. They become fans of you, Twan, the person. So really lean into that, because you've got a great personality. You've got the personality for it, for sure.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So, audience, if you have come to see Twan, it is your turn. Head over to @musicforward and show Twan so much love in our poll. He may be the one to come back in August. Thank you so much, Twan. You may turn off your cameras. Industry experts, stick around for a moment. All right. So that concludes our show. You guys, thank you so much. We love to just leave the show with a last final word from our experts for whoever's tuned in, not just the artists, but also people who are watching. There's so many artists who may be tuned in as well. If you could give one word of advice, it doesn't have to be one single word, but one tip to an artist just starting out, what would it be?
My singular piece of advice is to become the most self-sufficient artist you can. If you can't produce, learn the basics. If you can't record yourself, learn the basics. It's really not difficult. You can learn everything you need off YouTube. Don't worry about fancy equipment. You can figure that out down the track. When you can do everything yourself, no one can ever say no to you. And then you can be of value to other people. And then people will want to work with you.
Man, that's value. That word value is so, I tell artists all the time, what are you bringing to the table? Because artists are like, me, take. When you bring value to the table, people appreciate you. That is such a great word of advice, Matt. Thank you. Phil.
Do everything that Matt said. And then plus, just remember that this is your business. This is always your business. You're going to have a lot of people chirping in your ears, telling you the right way to do things, but the right thing to do is right here in your heart. And you know it's right. So listen to yourself, take advice, absorb it, study, practice your craft, and do everything Matt said. You'll be good.
Love that. Listen to your heart, because you know what?
And watch the math. It's your business.
Watch the math, the numbers.
Like the numbers. Yes.
Yeah. That's
know your business.
That's such great advice, because a lot of artists are getting screwed over here because they don't know the business side. And also to what you said about following your heart and your passion. At the end of the day, if things don't work out, you'll be upset if you listen to somebody else. If things don't go your way, you can always pass the buck if you didn't do what you wanted to do genuinely. That's so important. So thank you for that, Phil and Matt. You guys have been amazing this whole evening. We appreciate you giving us your time. You're a Music Forward family, of course, so we appreciate it. You two may both now turn off your cameras. All right, you guys, and that's a wrap. Thank you so much for sticking around. If you're still here all night, we appreciate you. We had an incredible night celebrating music, the next generation, for our summers. Once again, my name is Lydia Caesar, singer, songwriter, and hostess with The Mostest. It was my pleasure, and always is my pleasure, to host Music Forward's Open Mic Friday. Thank you so much for joining us. Peace.